Well, the market is pulling back after many, many months of the market absolutely taking off and breaking new all-time highs, practically doubling every every quarter. Really, we're finally seeing some pullbacks, and I'm going to be giving my raw opinions on it. We're going to be talking about some reprints coming up for some newer sets. We're going to be talking about Phantasmal Flames, Mega Evolutions, and the state of the market for that. So let's begin. All right, let's just firstly talk about the pullbacks. So I feel like a lot of people aren't going to agree with that. Also, what do you guys think about me standing up? I just prefer it. I'm going to be like more mobile. I kind of prefer it. Let me know what you guys think. But anyways, so first of all, I want to talk. Oh, also, I will upgrade the background as well. I'm moving my setup, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, so what do I think about the market pulling back? We're seeing some X and Y boxes pull back 25 to 30%. We're seeing some Sun and Moon boxes pull back pretty much same amount. Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, those have actually held their price quite well. They're maybe down like maybe 5%, but they're not actually that bad compared to some other stuff, which I find very interesting. It shows you the strength of Sword and Shield. It's in that state where it's not too expensive, but it's also not really getting reprinted, so it's in this really safe spot. But then we're seeing some stuff like Prismatic E2Es take off, but there's been confirmed reprints coming, so that taking off has kind of stunted, because it's like, oh, we're about to take off, but we're about to crash down because it's probably going to be a reprint. Well, there is a reprint, at least in Australia. Some of you guys were saying that you guys didn't experience Blooming Waters or 151 reprints. For me, there were local distributors that confirmed a reprint, so yeah, anyways, we'll see if it's global in the coming months. But first of all, I want to talk about the boxes that are going up. So first of all, it makes sense that Sun and Moon and X and Y boxes are pulling back. Those did pump the hardest. And you're also seeing a lot of singles correct a lot, which is not surprising. This is something very common in Pokemon. Have you guys noticed how Scarlet and Violet is actually still doing really, really well? I mean, we're seeing like Paradox Rift pull back a bit, but realistically, other than that, you're seeing a lot of stuff do still really, really well. Like Paldea Evolved is absolutely taking off. The Magikarp in Paldea Evolved is doing absolutely amazing. So I think that this pullback is really, really good for the market. You see, a market needs pullbacks. It needs those moments where people take profit. And this is something I was very vocal about in the last coming weeks. I've been saying, hey guys, I really hope there's either a new Paldean Fates product that comes out, or I really, really hope that we see some sort of pullback soon. The reason why is because seeing these pullbacks is good. It's a sign of a healthy market. You don't want the market to just keep pumping and then eventually dump. You don't want that, especially if you're holding on to this. This is an investing channel. I mean, most of you guys, surely we're all holding what we're going to hold for years on end. So this should be something you want, unless you're in it for like 6 months. Realistically, having pullbacks is perfect. Don't get me wrong, I want my Evolving Skies booster box case to be worth 50k tomorrow as much as the next guy. We all want that, but at the same time, how sustainable is it for that to be the price tomorrow? Will it last? Well, no. You need pullbacks. You need time for the market to age. So take Destin Rouse, for example. Am I not the only one who wouldn't be surprised if this is the high we see for Destin Rivals for 2 years on end? I mean, how high can it realistically go? I don't see it going much higher than this, considering the fact it's still in print. And being in print versus like at the end of its life cycle is completely different. We're in the first stages of it being in print. It's not even close to being its first year old. It's not even half a year old. So it's realistically got plenty of time to age in the market. So these blisters, I just don't really see doing much better. So I think the market is in this stage where it's very priced in and there's not really much happening, so a lot of people are taking profit, which in my opinion is incredibly fair. Like Sun and Moon is incredibly expensive. Sword and Shield is priced, in my opinion, quite undervalued, but for the most part, it is priced somewhat fairly. And then Scarlet and Violet is super new. You have Paldean Fates displays for like $1,500. You have Paldean Fates displays for what, like $1,600, $1,700? So yeah, it makes sense that there's a pullback. I think that's perfectly valid. I think it's really, really good for the market. And you know what? Every day that we experience a pullback or stagnation, you know what that means? That means we just get closer to another price movement upwards. I know it may be boring during these times where the market pulls back, but if I'm being honest with you, this is incredibly normal. In fact, I'm actually used to the opposite. I'm used to most of the market being quiet and then it rises, and you ask why it rises. Dude, who remembers that 2023, 2024, when something would go up, you'd think like, oh, why is that going up? Because it's like so it doesn't happen. It was like a year, it was like an annual event, right? It wouldn't happen a whole ton. Like when Sword and Shield went up for the first time, like really went up. Like Evolving Skies was like $700 a booster box, and Fusion Strike was like $200 a booster box. I remember people were literally asking like, oh, what happened? Did I miss something, guys? Because people were so confused. They're like, why is this going up? Now the question is, why is this not going up? And I find that very funny. So if you've been in this space for a good while, you know that you're used to where you'll have 11 months of nothing happening, and then on the 12th month, on a random day, 3 p.m., people decide they like Fusion Strike, and then for the next week or two, it shoots up, and that's the price it'll be for a good while. And you know what? That was a really healthy market. Guys, every single day that the market goes up more and more, you need to understand that we get closer and closer to a bubble. Right now, it's like almost with a bubble, this is how you need to imagine it, right? You've got a bubble, and a balloon, actually, let's just say a balloon. You've got a balloon, you pump air into the balloon. What happens is eventually you pump enough air and it pops. We don't want it to pop. We just want it to gradually become bigger, right? And more expensive. So what happens is you have the balloon go up. Now, what these pullbacks is, it's the equivalent of the balloon getting a little bit deflated, right? Letting a little bit of air out, right? So this market pullback is letting some air go out. But you know what that does? That leaves room for the balloon to expand even more. So it blows up a bit, then it deflates a bit, and then it goes up, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Paladin Fates displays, if it goes from 600 to 1650, if it pulls back to 1400 or 1500, great, because that's paving the way for it to be a $2.5, $3,000 display. And quite frankly, this time in the market is when everybody is tested. They are truly tested. How long can they actually hold? Journey Together is a fantastic example. Journey Together, dude, we didn't know what was going to happen with these enhanced boxes. Not even a year old. Can't even talk about that much, but I've got a little bit to talk about it, so I'm going to. Journey Together, enhanced boxes, for the first 4 months, 5 months, I was ridiculed constantly. People were constantly telling me I was an idiot. People were constantly telling me, huh, you have Journey Together on your shelf, you're an idiot. But now people are slowly moving towards Journey Together. These guys are not getting reprinted like Prismatic is, or other sets, because it doesn't have enough demand, but it's also not a bad set, so it's also kind of in the middle, right? It's not Strata Fables, so it's not horse crap, and then it's not Destined Rivals, where it's the best thing since sliced bread, so then it's in this middle area, where it's sort of a sleeper, plus it being enhanced. So I was like, hey guys, I think this is a good buy. And do note, when I was buying this was before the price of booster boxes went up. So for locally, my average buy price on Journey Together enhanced boxes is 240 AUD, which is north of 158 USD. So that's my average buy price on these. And you know what? I saw the vision. I was like, you know what? I think these are going to do really well. And I don't know if we'll get enhanced reprints. There's no word of it. Distributors said that there won't be, but they're not always right. So it was a bit rocky, right? But you know what that rockiness has built? That rockiness has paved the way for there to be a play there, right? Rockiness, there's risk. When there's a risky play, you can make a lot of money from it. And with booster boxes, a sleeper set, I mean, it was a slam dunk, right? It hasn't even bloomed yet. It hasn't even blossomed. Now, why am I talking about Journey Together? My point with Journey Together is I've held this for like, what? When was March? We're in October, so October is the 10th month. March is like, what, the 3rd month? So I've been holding this for like 7 months. I've seen virtually no gains on this. This is virtually hasn't gone up. Could you imagine 151 was stagnant for 7 months? Could you imagine Destined Rivals was stagnant for 7 months? Or even, dare I say, Prismatic? If Prismatic was stagnant for 7 months, every single video, people would bombard saying, what's going on? Why isn't Prismatic going up? But nope, this is just this is just normal for Journey Together. And you know what? I'm used to boxes doing that. And I don't have a problem holding it. You know why? Because I see the vision. Now, I really like Journey Together. I have no regrets buying it. I have no regrets holding it. I got a really good entry on it, and I've done really well. However, for about a quarter of a year, I saw no growth with it. It did not move at all. And now we're seeing the Lily and Clefairy and a lot of the top chasers actually go up. We're seeing the Articuno go up. So my point with this is, yeah, you're going to have 6 months, a year, 2 years of just no growth. But that is preparing you for a massive pump upwards. That's just how markets work. Pullbacks are perfectly normal. I would not worry in the slightest. This is just a normal day in the park. And if you've been here for a while, you're used to this, man. We're used to seeing the market be quiet for most of the time, and then it eventually shoots up on the last month of the year, right? So yeah, it being switched other way around, where you've got 1 month of stagnation and 11 months of flourishing, I'll take it, right? Like 1 month, I'm happy. I don't care. So yeah, I would not be worried about it in the slightest.